So this is our second video today, and we just climbed up this mountain. We're at the peak now, and there's this. It's like we just entered North America. If you watched the last video, which I'd highly recommend, especially if you know anybody struggling with addiction, it's going to be called "How to um, Reprogram Habits with LSD" or something to that effect. You'll know it when you see it. If you look at the flora around us, it looked like, we're in the jungles of Ecuador. Suddenly it's like we're in Colorado or something, and it's only, I don't know, 50 feet wide or something, and it's and it's cold as hell. Like, it's just the strangest thing. As soon as we got up the side of the mountain and entered the forest, the temperature dropped a good solid 10 degrees, and just weird. So we're hoping to find some bolete mushrooms. If we do, maybe we'll turn the cameras back on and show you guys what those look like. They're absolutely delicious, and we'll hopefully be eating them for dinner tonight. But the focus of this video is actually a trip report. If you saw my the best way to prepare San Pedro, I was talking about how the concoction I was making wasn't quite strong enough. It made you vomit too easily. It was very difficult to get down. It's still very difficult to drink, but I was successful. Peeling off the skin, removing the core. These things do seem to have some impact. Certainly removing all of the white and just keeping the little green on the outside definitely increased potency, although not quite as much as I would have liked. I think reducing it to the standard foot per cup is really not with any cactus I've encountered so far. Then again, it's important to remember that I'm very experienced, and also when I was younger I did a lot of really bad drugs, and sometimes I think maybe my serotonin receptors, or there's been some kind of imbalance that's been created, and it's going to take a lot more brain building with these psychedelic substances before I really have the sensitivity that a lot of other people have. So I may not be the best subject to gauge. All I can say for sure is that in my experience, just drinking 1 foot per person, if you're really trying to have, it was strong. If you're inexperienced, it would definitely be strong. But if you're trying to create like a DMT strength spiritual journey of like epic proportions, which is what I'm after, then definitely, and I have found online a couple of other reports, people saying 2.5 feet is usually what will give you that real strong visionary experience. Again, if you're inexperienced in doing with us without a shaman, do not take my advice. Drink 1 cup, and the 12 inches per person will be perfect if you follow the recipe in the other video. And as far as the effects, it was very good, revelatory. We came up here on the mountain, and the San Pedro, I would say the most important thing that I took away from it was that I've always had this like, I'm kind of put off when people are like really positive and cheesy and over the top with that kind of like hippie cheesy dorkiness. So I hadn't really thought that much about it, and at one point in the trip I kind of got hung up on this formula of pi, that positivity and intelligence, and where that could take us, and how it was really super simple formula, but if you follow it, you're guaranteed that things are going to get better. If you don't allow any space for negativity, fear, if you're constantly, like, you encounter anything negative, you cancel it out with positivity, you're at least going to get nothing, which is better than negativity, right? If it's an equal measure, and if you can generate more positivity than negativity, then you end up with a positive balance, and you make some progress. So it's guaranteed to work. And so, I just got on this whole roll about how, we could get rid of Trump and, like, poverty and all of these things with just this simple formula of using positivity and intelligence. Because it's really, the opposite that's gotten into this predicament. Fear has been the main catalyst that has separated us from our positivity and intelligence. So if we can come full circle and apply pi, then we find ourselves in a lot less trouble. And the reputation of San Pedro as a medicine of love was definitely reinforced. I took it with my girlfriend, and at first we had some turbulence, but I think that's always part of the process of coming to a greater state of order and homeostasis. You have to deal with the turbulence, and whatever shit's been stirred up has got to settle. And I would say that the second day we had an experience that was really unifying, and it just really, the medicine tends to like really clarify for you what exactly love is when it is not influenced by, you know, motives or toxicity or any of these things, when it just exists as like a pure state of beingness, a thing that just is. Um, and we had a lot of time to kind of reflect on that as the sun was coming up and just absorb that. And it's definitely very transformative and beautiful. So again, if you're going to be in the Vilcabamba area, feel free to get in touch with us if it's possible. We could have a ceremony together. And I definitely strongly recommend the medicine to anyone and everyone. It is, possible to drink too much, so don't be stupid. But you can take it pretty far without any fear, and I would suggest that you get the most mileage out of higher doses. So certainly, if you're not experienced, find a guide. Otherwise, enjoy your cactus juice, and we'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, check us out on Facebook if you need your support, and safe journeys.